We're excited to get back out here on Sunday and play against a really good Butler team. They got another. It seems like I said before, every game's hard in the Big East. You're going to present different challenges. Kamar Baldwin's a terrific guard. He can really drive the ball, get in the paint, make plays. We're going to have our hands full. They surround him with a bunch of guys who can shoot the ball. Joey Brunk's playing at a really, really high level right now for them in the post, giving them he had 20 and 10, I believe, at Seton Hall. It's going to be a big challenge. They're a terrific offensive team, really good defensive team. I thought our fans really helped carry us, honestly, against the Georgetown game. Glad we won that game. Let's obviously move on to the next one, which is Butler.
Coach, with Q's absence, everybody talking about Paul's visibility and everything that he's done in the last couple of games. It seems like he's really become a leader in this team.
He has. Paul's an absolute warrior. He's going to do whatever it takes to win. He just, whether it's, playing the point guard position, needs it. Hey, you need me to score, coach. You need me to guard the other team's best player. He rebounds the ball. He's playmaking better than he ever has before as far as taking care of the ball. He's grown a lot. He really has, and he does. He's been a leader for our team. He's got a loud voice. You can hear him in every huddle. But he's a winner. He's a winner. He's everything our program's about.
Talking about growing up, it seems like Elias Harden's starting to find himself a little bit more as well.
Yeah, Elias, I tell you what, I was really proud of him, man. He really did a great job against Georgetown. I thought he was ready to catch and shoot, which is what I've been really kind of hoping that, or trying to help him learn how to do. Show him film like, hey, you got to be very decisive at this level. Whether you're going to drive it, pass it, or shoot it, it's a half a second decision. And I was proud of him. He was ready to shoot his shots, knocked them in, which we need him to do. But I thought he brought a level of toughness and energy to us on that defensive end, especially in the zone in that second half against Georgetown as well.
Do you have any, obviously he didn't practice today, but is there any kind of update on Quentin?
Just kind of day to day, again, like he's working, he's rehabbing with Dave Fluker nonstop and our doctors. He's conditioning as well, trying to keep his wind just in case he does play on Sunday, that he's ready to play. So they have him running on the Ultra G treadmill and doing all those things where he's not putting any pressure on his knee, no wear and tear on his knee. So just kind of day to day still. We'll see if he'll practice tomorrow. I don't know yet whether he will or not.
I think one of the things that you guys have struggled with a little bit is kind of stringing together positive performances. How important is that? This is a great opportunity to do that and, get up in the Big East, but how important is it to kind of start to build from game to game?
I think it shows maturity if we do that. It's like I told our guys today, hey, Georgetown, it's old news. Nobody cares. I don't care. Let's move on to the next game, prepare to win. You do that through practice. And, again, we got to see that maturity. And because you're right, I think we got in the Big East, every game's going to be hard. And in order to give ourselves a shot, you got to be able to, like you said, string along games, positive games, which, again, we have another great opportunity to on Sunday against a really good Butler team.
When you guys work on scouting or break down Butler, do you look at the games, the teams you had in common, Miami University, Detroit Mercy, Seton Hall, or is it more about what you guys do? I mean, how much do you really rely on opponents in common and how you guys both fared against them?
We watch every game. I've watched every game that Butler's played. I think, you look for little things. Like number one, like the teams that beat them, whether it was Florida, whether it was Dayton, how did they beat them? Why? Why did Seton Hall beat Butler? Why did Georgetown win at Butler? But you also looked, to figure out kind of, hey, what are they looking to do as well? Who does guard the way that we do in a similar way? How did they attack those teams? But also, how can we attack Butler, right? Even though we may not be similar to, Seton Hall offensively, how did Seton Hall attack them? How did they have success? What didn't work as well? Again, how did Butler guard ball screens? How did they guard in the post? To try to prepare ourselves, for a game plan offensively and defensively. So yeah, we do kind of look at similar opponents, but also, we'll look at other ways to see, hey, how can we exploit Butler and maybe in some of their weaknesses and different things like that.
As Keontae Kennedy gets through his freshman season and is, halfway there, are you happy with the shots he's taking, and where is he defensively?
You know, I told him I always want those guys to be ready. I want them to shoot with confidence. I want the ball to go inside first, though. You know, like we want inside-out threes, you know, whether that's a drive, whether that's a post-up, whether that's an offensive rebound kick-out three. You know, our percentages go way, way, way up when that happens. I thought the other night, for the most part, Shannon, he's taken really good shots on the year. He has to be more aggressive, but he has to learn also, like, what is a good shot? Like the other night, he took a shot kind of in the first half, was on the left wing, that I didn't think, I don't know why he shot it. You know, I think he's just thinking, hey, I'm going to be aggressive here. I'm going to get us going. You know, I think he did it in the right frame of mind. He was trying to help us win, but at the same time, wasn't a good shot at that time of the game. But I have confidence in Keontae to make shots. You know, I see him every day in practice, in workouts. He's getting extra shots up nonstop. He has to learn, again, what that good shot is, and I let him know when I took him out after that. Hey, the ball's got to go inside and then come back outside. And that's a great shot. But let's see what we can produce first inside, because that's who we have. It's who we have on this team. But again, doesn't mean that I don't have any confidence in Keontae defensively. I think he's getting better. I really do. You know, he's long, he's athletic, he's smart. He struggled a little bit against Georgetown, but it doesn't mean that he hasn't gotten better, you know, throughout the entire season. You know, I think I've seen a lot of growth in him on the defensive end.
The other night, Butler got off to a great start, or I'm sorry, Georgetown got off to a great start shooting the ball from three. Was there anything, were those just defensive lapses? Were they getting good shots or just moving well without the ball? Because Butler's obviously going to be a team that wants to attack you from the perimeter.
Yeah, they shoot the ball really well. Butler does. You know, I thought number one, I thought Georgetown made three really tough ones to start. The the Kenjo three in transition was a good shot. Govan's was contested by Tyreek. Pickett's was contested by Najee. Then the kid that comes off he starts. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Yeah, Malakasi. He made a tough three as well on the turn. I mean, it was contested. Give them credit. You know, but I felt like the percentages would even out at some point for us. And they had a couple open ones too. But they made some tough ones early, and obviously Butler, they rely heavily on the three-point line. You know, whether it's, you know, McDermott can really shoot the ball, Tucker can really shoot the ball, Jorgensen can really shoot the ball, Kamar Baldwin can get hot out there as well. They have a lot of guys that can shoot the ball, so we have to do a great job. I think it starts with Butler keeping the ball out of the paint on drives and ball screens. And we have to do a tremendous job of keeping the ball out of there, because they're a really good drive and kick team. They rely on Kamar Baldwin a lot to get into the paint, get into the teeth of the defense, and he makes the right play. He can finish, but he can also really find those other guys. They surround him with shooters. That's what makes him such a dangerous offensive team.
So, as someone that went to Butler and has ties to the school, do you know Coach Jordan well? And how I mean, and obviously you recruited a ton in Indiana too, so this game has just got to be very familiar to you, as it has been for the last decade.
Yeah, no, it is, man. Obviously, you know, going to Butler and being around their program and you know, being from Indianapolis area, and I have great respect for them. The way they go about their business, the culture that they have, you know, both off the court, on the court, academically, man, they do things the right way. You know, I always cheer for Butler when they're not playing Xavier. I've even taught my son Winston, he cheers for Butler other than when we're not playing Xavier. You know, but I think they do a great job. LaVall Jordan does a tremendous job. He does, man. He's put his own stamp on the program. You know, he really has. I think they're a tough team. They're very well coached. They're disciplined. Now, they're a fun team to watch. They really are. And they're going to, like I said, they're going to give us a big challenge. You know, for me, it's just another game, though. You know, it's kind of the next game on the schedule. You know, again, we don't really try to treat any game differently, because they're all worth the same in the Big East play.